So you're bringing your twins home from the hospital. Where are they going to sleep? Let's talk about newborn twin sleeping arrangements. Hey everybody, my name is Joe Rawlinson. I'm the founder of dadsguidetotwins.com, where I help you survive and thrive as a father of twins. Okay, let's talk about safe sleep recommendations for those newborn twins when you bring them home to your house. Now, the best practice is for each of your babies to have their own independent sleep surface, where they're not sleeping together. That'll make sure that they're not interacting with each other while they sleep, which could pose a potential risk. So ideally, each of your twins would have their own crib or bassinet to sleep in when you bring them home. Many parents like to put their twins in bassinets in the master bedroom. So during those first couple months, it's very easy for mom and dad to get up with the twins in the middle of the night to feed them or to take care of them as needed. And as those twins get older, then they'll move them to their own nursery or their own room. Let me share what happened with our twins and what worked for us, which may or may not work for you with your twins. When we brought our identical twin girls home from the hospital, we immediately put them in their own room, but they did share a crib for 3 or 4 months in the beginning. At the time, we felt this was perfectly safe because they were swaddled up and kind of on opposite ends of the crib, and they didn't really move around at all. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the video, the safest practice would be to put them both in their own independent cribs. So our girls shared a crib for several months, and then as they started to roll around and maybe interact with each other, then we pulled them out of the crib and put one girl in one crib and her sister in the other crib. Now, the whole time our girls shared the same room. In fact, they still do to this very day. Now, of course, safety should be your primary concern with sleeping arrangements for your twins. You want them on their own sleep surfaces, and there should be nothing in the crib besides the baby that may be swaddled up in a blanket. That'll be their safest position is on their back and alone in the crib. Now, it's perfectly fine to have both cribs in the same room, or even have the cribs side by side or close to each other in the same room. Now, with regards to having the twins start in your master bedroom or in their own nursery, that's going to be a personal preference for you, depending on where the nursery is in regards to your master bedroom. If you want it to be close, or if it's too far on the other side of the house, you may want to start them in your bedroom and then move them to their nursery later. In our case, our girls' room was right next door to our master bedroom, so we felt comfortable starting them in their bedroom, and then we left them there. It was easy to hear them. We can get up out of our room and go over quickly down the hall to take care of them as needed. Also remember that you need to think about the habits that you start to form early on with those twins will continue for better or for worse. So if ultimately you want your twins to be sleeping in their own cribs, in their own room, start out that way and you'll get in that habit. They'll get in the habit. They'll get used to that environment and it'll be smooth sailing. However, if you start them in your room and then you start to switch them later, that may have a difficult transition period, or the habit of having them sleep in your room may be a hard habit to break. So think a little bit about the future of where ultimately you want your twins to be sleeping and maybe start with that instead of in your room. Of course, if they are in your room to start with, you will hear every noise that they make, and that will interrupt your sleep. But on the flip side, you will hear every noise that they make, so you can always make sure that they're doing fine. You can take care of them if they need something. I know when I was a first-time parent, I was really worried that my babies would stop breathing, and so I always wanted to check on them to make sure that they were doing okay. So if they're in your room, that's very easy to do. However, if you do need to put them in their own room, there are plenty of technical solutions to help you literally keep an eye on your twins. Everything from the Owlet footies that go on their feet to monitor their heartbeat and their health status, to webcams and baby monitors that you can put in their room to monitor them while they sleep. So where should you put your newborn twins when you bring them home from the hospital? That's up to you. It may be the nursery where they're going to end up eventually, or it could start out in your master bedroom. Depending on your budget and the floor plan of your home, it may dictate one option over the other. If you have generous grandparents and they want to buy you some bassinets to start with and then cribs for later, go for that. If your budget only allows you to have cribs in their bedroom, start with that and just make the best of it. If you'd like additional tips and tricks on preparing for your twins and getting through the twin pregnancy, I recommend my book, Dad's Guide to Twins, How to Survive the Twin Pregnancy and Prepare for Your Twins. You can learn more about this book at twindadbook.com. If you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos to help you along your twin parenting journey. While you're here, you might as well check out some of these other videos for practical tips and tricks and twin parenting wisdom straight from me to you. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.